What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Side 5 Gaming, another episode of MS Check. Today we have the MS-21 Charlie, the Dra-C. We call it the Stingray, for obvious reasons you'll see later on. Height comes in at 29.8 meters, weight of 49 tons. Pretty big boy. Those large globe thrusters on its shoulders are pretty crazy looking. I remember when this thing first came out, a lot of people were shocked when it dropped, but it came out along to I think to match up with the new space map that we got, the satellite resource satellite. Really great fit there, works perfectly. It should have been a no-brainer. We should have known we were going to get a space suit to go with our new space map. Cool look at its landing gear there, chilling in the garage, in the hangar bay. Just a really interesting looking suit. It's got a Vulcan on for its right arm. And then on the left arm has its shield. It does have a shield, a working shield. And its melee weapon is right there on the end underneath the shield, as you can see it. It looks like a beam saber, but it looks a lot sharper than a standard beam saber. Also has a Sturmfaust on its back for stunning people with that. And then you go in and drive that stinger home. Here's my alternate paint job that I use for space. Always using flat black. In space helps. The LEDs and the landing lights are still kind of give you away a little bit, but it looks way cooler to me. Running kind of a M81-ish style on there with the green and some brown in there. Onto the data. As you can see, this is a 200 cost. It is level 1. It is level 1 out of 3 that we have right now, going up to 300. It is a red raid suit. It is space only, and it also has the space compatibility buffs. Going into its stats, looks like it has 7,000 health. It's very, very fragile. Can't express to you enough how fragile this thing is. You do not go head on at the enemies with this thing. Anti-ranged for the ballistic, it is... What is that? I gotta lean a little bit, sorry. 9, 6, and 3. So ballistic is 9, beam is 6, and anti-melee is 3. For the offense, we have a ranged mod of 2, and then a melee mod of 18. The top cruising speed is 130, and the thruster rating is 80. And then in the parts, we have a 525 setup. Not really much to do there, but you can kind of take it in one direction or the other with the slots that they give you. We'll take a look at some of my standard and alternate loadouts here in just a second. But the main thing to focus on is that you don't have a lot of resistances, and then on top of that, you don't have a lot of health either. So you really got to use those skills. As we can see here, maneuver armor keeps you from getting stunned when you get hit by a missile or something that would stun you while you're moving or while you're boosting. Forced injector allows you to boost back to back, left, right, up, down, whatever you want, high spec and back. Also works in conjunction with that to go from cruising to boosting back to cruising speed. And then you have the EAC, which is known as the dodge roll to everybody else, and then rounding that out, you have the high performance radar, just giving it a little bit more radar range, just kind of find your prey while you're boosting around up there at high altitude. So the skills don't change from level 1 to 3. I checked it out. So here's the skills for level 3. They're all still level 1, as you can see. So maybe when we get 4, 5, and 6, if those come out, or if there's they bring out a different version, maybe this wasn't Unicorn. I don't know if they would ever bring that out, but we'll see if we get any more skills later on. But this thing is stacked with skills for a 200 cost suit. Really incredible. So as you can see here in the loadout, this is my standard loadout, and looking at the weapons, the equipable weapons for its Vulcan is just the Vulcan for its primary firing or shooting weapon. And then you have the Stinger right there on its left arm connected to its shield, its melee weapon, Sturmfaust, and then the upgradable shield right there. And by upgradable, I mean you can add a shield buff to it if you like with the parts. Now, going into the parts, I'm definitely, the health is a problem, so I added 1200 health by using frame upgrade 4 and frame upgrade 1. And then we go into the anti-ballistic. A lot of bullpups out there in space, a lot of bullets flying around. Really wanted to get a little bit, more resistance to those things, a little bit more defense. So that bumps it up to the anti-ballistic rating up to 12 with the level 1 anti-ballistic. And then we have melee level 2. you know, just kind of trying to help out where it's already good. It's already good in the melee sector. Why not, you know, just try and improve on what this thing's already good at, which is stabbing people. You know, and that fills up all the slots right there for a level 1. There are, you know, in the alternate coming up here, you can see that you can trade some of that defense for more offense, which is what we see here on this one. So we go with what is that? Melee program enhanced, you know, fighting program level 3. So that bumps it up to 25, a nice round number for your stabbing ability. And then shooting program level 1, just to give the Vulcans and the Sturmfaust a little more oomph, but sticking with the extra 1200 health with frame 4 and frame 1, as well as adding the shield upgrade 1. So I think that adds 200 more points to its shield, but I have yet to have my shield destroyed on this thing. It's pretty tiny. You'll be lucky. What is interesting is that I have been legged or backpacked, I guess, if you will, in this thing. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end, or towards after this. So as you can see here in this video, I'm just kind of showing off its maneuverability. So this is the AMBAC system. So boosting, cruising. So I'm just holding down and then, or holding L2 to go down and then boosting back to cruising and then boosting. That's AMBAC. And right there, that was the force injector system. So it's boost left, boost right, boost left. Its Vulcan cannon shoots very quickly. I really like it. Doesn't really, you know, output a lot of damage with that low range mod. Looks pretty cool doing the quick turn there. That is L1 and L2 plus down on your left stick to pull off that quick turn. Sturmfaust to stun him, and then as you can see, the blade comes out of the shield there on the end. Nice long beam spike coming off that thing. And as you can see, for when it does it, it's a long forward driving stab. Very reminiscent of the Easy 8's stab. So if we get out of the mobile suit and we check it out, you can see the flat black paint kind of doing its job. A little bit of green in there. It kind of helps, you know, asteroids have a little bit of that in there. But coming around to the back, excuse me, I want you to look at the backpack. So if you look at the wings coming off of the backpack, those wings are directly connected to the backpack. Now I haven't done any direct testing of this, but I have, as I said, been you know, dead in the water, made dead in the water by losing my backpack in this thing, you know, about twice. And I'm thinking that it's because those wings stick out, making it a little bit easier to try and leg this thing in space, or backpack it, or just I don't know. We got to come up with another term for when you take away somebody's ability to boost in space by taking out their backpack. So going into some combat footage, that's the boot up sequence. You can hear the landing arms disengage, dropping it into 0G, and then boosting off. So this map, or this game, I just chopped it up into some basic footage so you can see the damage output of that melee attack and how, you know, the range that it has on that. Look at that. This is a 200 cost Dra-C. That is a 250 cost Jimmy Cannon. So you can see that the amount of melee damage that thing just outputs, man, it's ridiculous or awesome. Yeah, right there, there's a direct hit with a Sturmfaust on that Zaku 2 FZ. He's running the MMP 80 because I think he tries to hit me with a grenade here in a second. Wasn't quite sure at first, but then I see that grenade fly by. Yep, that's FZ. So you can see, you know, the Vulcan's not doing too much, doing less than 100 to a blue suit, but as you can see, the melee and the Sturmfaust still do decent damage to blues. Very, very effective. This match, you know, is not a, you know, it wasn't a high skill. It was just a custom that my friend had going, and I decided to use the Dra-C. I have used it competitively and done fairly well. The issue, you know, the only issue is that if people know what it is, they see, if you play multiple games with them and they know that's what you're going to run, they're probably going to be, you know, be looking for you and be ready for it. Check out the damage output on the other Dra-C right there. Pretty massive. Always cool to fight other Dracs with a Drac. Right there you see the force injector system as a boosting down, then boosting up. Then right there holding L2 and then using the melee to try and you know, boost in a downward angle. So you can boost at a downward angle or melee at a downward angle, excuse me, or melee, you know, at an upward angle. If you can kind of tune it, you do have to use your melee reticle to aim it. You know, I've had a lot of games, and I'm going to post another game in which I missed a lot with this thing. It's not easy, especially against more, you know, experienced pilots. You can whip them like that all day long. I mean, there's a part where, you know, I just keep missing and decide to just go to guns on them, you know, just for the heck of it. But so you do kind of have to lead them, line it up, predict their movement a little bit if the farther away that you are. And then also kind of think about where you're going to end up, using its EAC right there to roll out to the left. Again, taking out this, I think that's the same poor GM Kenny. Nothing against that guy. This was just, you know, a custom match mixed with a bunch of different rating of people. So no props to me for taking any of these people out at all. As you can see here, I missed right there going up behind him, but then you just boost backwards. Forward, boost backwards, get in with the second one. With the combination of AMBAC, the combination of the high performance balancer that you get with the space buff, and then the force injectors, I mean, it's almost like it's kind of like a pixie in space. You know, maybe it's more like a pixie than it is the EZ8, just with that, you know, just with that stab. So there you have it. There you go, 71,000 damage, but that's, you know, just going unchecked. You just got to stick and move, use the altitude, and use all that maneuverability to your advantage in this thing. But thanks for checking it out, guys. This is Side 5 Gaming with another MS check, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.